Hey there. You may notice that I'm not holding the iPod. That's because my chucklehead friend James, who did the other video with me, the TMI thing, he's holding the thing and he's going to ask me some questions about a couple of places I live. So go for it. Introduce yourself first.
Okay. Hi, this is James. So Chris was just talking about he used to live in these haunted houses, and so tell us about the one near Morse Avenue.
I lived in a house on West Jackson Street, like 2 blocks west of Morse Avenue. If you're not from here, you don't know. Not that anybody watches these anyways. But we lived upstairs. This is my first wife and my 3 daughters. And trying to think where to start. Have you introduced the dog? He's here clearly wanting to be on camera. That's Bobby. Anyways, so let me give you a few. I was sitting on a couch, and like our living room was like this way, and like there's a hallway right down here where the bedrooms were in the kitchen, and we had a red light in the hallway because it's a horror house, because my first wife lived there. That's not true, but we did have a red light in the hallway. And
For what?
Just because.
He was just there.
And we were all sitting in the living room. My cousin was staying with us at the time. And I'm sitting on the couch, and I had my daughter Erica, who was 3 at the time. And she's sitting on my lap, and we're watching a movie, and we had all the lights out in the living room except for the hallway light. And I saw something out of the corner of my eye at the end of the hallway, but before I could even turn my head, Erica goes, "Daddy, look!" And there was nothing there. I took a lot of acid at the time that I lived in that house as well. I didn't always take it at the house, but I usually came home in that state. And mind you, that last story I was completely, sober as a judge. But like there were times where I could kind of envision a man and 2 kids, possibly at least one a little girl. Might have been a boy and a girl, but I always thought there was 2 girls. But there was definitely a man. The man never did much. I never got the feeling. And also in our living room, we had these 2 little doors, one on each side of the room, and it was like storage space because we were up on the 2nd floor. And it always just felt really, really weird and very cold in those little rooms. And we put a lot of shit in those rooms, but we didn't go in there. And yeah, it was weird. And also there was one time, me and my cousin, we were on our computer, and the wife had taken the kids to her mom's for a baby shower, wedding shower, some shit like that. And so we had stereo on, low volume, we're on the computer, and we're trying to bang out this story that we were trying to work on. And all of a sudden, the volume on the stereo goes full blast. And I get up and I go over, and I get literally that far, and it turned itself down. And I went, power. And then we went to a cemetery where then we had another experience. But that wasn't to do with the house. That was at the cemetery. It was the one I took you to. We were taking those pictures.
I was going to say.
Nude pictures. No, I'm just kidding. He wishes they were nude.
No. Okay, so tell us about the house you got your cherry popped in.
That was over on Locust by the high school here in Bloomington. And that one wasn't as weird. I mean, there was always footsteps. I did have my closet door ripped off the hinges while no one was home. My stepmother was home, and she heard it, but she thought maybe I had let my sister in, and she was upstairs, but she wasn't. There was no one there.
Was your stepmother's name Frank?
No. That was probably the freakiest thing. There were bullet holes in the ceiling / floors, so like something happened there, but we don't know what. I think I went to school with a dude that lived there before me, and I don't remember him saying anything about it like that, though.
What was his name?
I don't remember. I just remembered that. I forgot about that for years. Had some
You got anything to say about your time in Vietnam before we wrap up?
worse hell, man. I'm telling you. World War II was worse, though. Let me tell you.
That's for a whole nother vlog that you guys will probably see one day.
You're gonna give people vertigo. Going from what kind of time are we at?
5:30.
Yeah, okay, we gotta cut it. I'll see you next time, peeps.